Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more BattleTech. Alright, so we're here in our mech bay at the moment because we have a couple of upgrades or things to fix up. So what we're going to end up doing is I have a desire for this exchanger. This thermal exchanger is going to be dismounted, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to shuffle that off right now. We're going to go ahead and swap it out for some good old regular heat sinks. Again, nothing too phenomenal or too crazy here, but for what we're going to be doing, it is necessary. Also too, before I forget, let's just double check, is there any better PPCs? No, only the snubs. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave this as is. That'll take one day to fix up. Nothing too drastic. That said though, we can now go ahead and build up our Atlas. So I've had a bit of a look around and I have an idea as to what we want. So first of all, we're going to make this thing a behemoth of a mech. We're going to make sure that we are as heavily armored as possible. Going to make sure that we do not fall over and we can do some serious damage. So there we go. That takes us up to 56.5 tons, which is remarkable. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start with the AC5. We're also going to go ahead and throw on a ton of ammunition for that. We're also then going to go ahead and chuck on a couple of SRMs for some close range damage. We'll get that new SRM4 with the extra damage. That actually puts it pretty well on par with this SRM6. A little bit less damage, but again, very good for heat efficiencies. And then for our other weapons, we're going to go ahead and throw on a couple of machine guns just to make sure that those support criticals are taken up. We'll also then go ahead and I believe we need half a ton of machine gun ammo. Not a huge amount, but again, a little bit does make a difference. So what do we need? Ammunition. We need a half ton of... Here we are. A generic half ton of machine gun ammo. That will be fine. Again, we're not really planning on using this much, but it does need to happen. Available. Oh, and before I forget, we should probably go ahead and buy some ammunition here for our LB2X. Not that we are actively using it. New equipment available. But it will be necessary if we ever install it. So, either way, we've got that sorted. We'll go ahead and throw on that ammunition as we need. We'll throw that in the leg. SRM ammo is probably a necessity, so we'll also have a good 10 rounds of short-range combat if needed. And then, what was left? Oh, that's right, we've only got a little bit of room remaining. We're going to go ahead and chuck on 2 medium lasers, because you never know, if things get dire, we may want that. But we're going to go ahead and throw on in our snub PPCs into the center torso. These things are going to give us a stupid amount of firepower. So what we're going to do is to compensate with all of this, we're going to go ahead and chuck both exchanges in here. We'll chuck our really fancy pants one in our head just to make sure that we don't get it broken, and then we'll throw the other heat exchanger over there, and then we're filling up the rest of this thing with some heat sinks because well, this thing's going to be rather toasty if we do not chuck more on there. So I think it does say the heat efficiency is fairly minimal. However, that said, what is that? That leaves us at, what is that, 36 heat over our threshold for sinking capability. The difference being though, if we do not add on these medium lasers, that's an extra 24, so you remove that from there, it actually becomes a lot more manageable because, well, I doubt that we're going to need to fire those medium lasers too much. That's more of a let's just make sure we have it so we can destroy with everything else. Our firepower is through the roof, looking at a maximum of 438 on an alpha. It's quite something. That AC5 has some extra accuracy and stability damage, so we'll be able to start putting on some damage as we close the distance, and then, well, yeah, you probably should pray for anything that gets close, because this thing is quite the juggernaut. So, we'll go ahead and confirm that. That should be delightful to have. And then, as for everything else, I think that's going to be enough time to take us through, yeah. We'll go... Actually, I wouldn't mind having that Hunchback. Let's go ahead and let's manage our tasks. We're going to drop the Marauder down to the bottom. Hang on, what is this? Stop work? No. Oh, actually, hang on a second. Oh, so I've already done other stuff, so that's already sorted. Okay, I never actually thought about what you could already have. Yeah, as for the timing, like, I didn't realize you could stop jobs part-way through. Alright, well, either way, we'll go ahead and we'll chuck the Marauder last. That should take us through, what, 15 days? In fact, you know, let's make sure that Atlas is up and running first. Yeah, that should be sufficient. Right, and then at a later date we'll switch out the TTS on that Phoenix Hawk. But right now, I don't want the mech out of action unnecessarily. So, let's go ahead and head over to the star map. We're going to go ahead and I believe we're going to fly over to Kimmy here. We've got 2 skulls worth, so we should get some decent chances of things. We've got the pirates there. We've also got Comstar as well as Capellans and the standard system there. That'll take 14 days, nothing too crazy, but that should be fairly good. Oh, and it's also a former Star League presence. So there goes 30,000 sea bills, and we can see how this all goes. Alright, so what have we got here? We're about to get our drive upgraded with the final upgrade.
Those upgrades you asked for are online, Commander.
That now means it's 11 days. Okay, Hunchback in 12. You know what? Maybe what we do is we switch the Hunchback and the Marauder. Yeah, that gives us more mechs ready at a faster pace. I think that's going to be the more important thing. Alright, so engineering, let's see, what have we got? We have about 1.4 million. I think what we're going to do is... Yeah, originally I was thinking we might spend something a little bit... Sorry, we might spend a little less money and get less morale, but I think at the moment, given the amount of cash we have, it's probably not out of the question, although all things being what they are and us being near where there is a, what do we call it, a former Star League presence, we might actually want a little bit of cash. So yeah, we'll go for the library for now. That should be fine.
Alright, I'll get the team on it right away.
That won't take us too long to sort out. Oh, actually, you know what? We might even have that finished before we even arrive. Yes, actually that is going to be the case. So you know what? We could have gone back and changed things around, but it's fine. I guess we'll spend, well, the money that we're going to spend. Oh well. Sometimes these things are not that important. Alright, let's see how the jump goes. Oh yes, also too, if you'd like to jump along into the crew, we are still accepting pilot submissions. If you'd like to join in on the series, or that we're still looking for MechWarriors to pilot our mechs. So if you've got a character for us, we would love to see them. All that we need is a first name, last name, and call sign, and we can bring you on in. Alright, so what have we got here? We have an event. The Argo's command deck begins shaking again. I can't stand this anymore, Sumar says. This has been happening every 2.5 hours like clockwork. It makes me want to break something. Every 2.4 hours to be precise, Dr. Maraud's tone is infuriatingly reasonable, and only while the Argo is under thrust. Sumar flashes you an exasperated look. Why can't we get this fixed? After 17 seconds, the shaking stops right on schedule. Alright, well the good news is, because we already have taken the upgrades for the Argo, we can actually fix this. So for 100,000, which I think is quite reasonable, we're going to go ahead and we're going to sort that out. So that's what we'll do, spend 100,000. The morning briefings begin on a high note, and Dr. Maraud, I believe you finally have some good news for me. With grim satisfaction, she agrees. Yes, I've been waiting for the final structural reinforcement work to be done before recalibrating the rotation controllers. With your go-ahead, I can take care of it today. 90 minutes later, Dr. Maraud calls up from engineering. I've restarted the pod rotation controller, and that will quell the problem indefinitely. And there's no risk of damage, you ask her? No risk. I feel like I'm getting to know this old bird, quirks and all. Alright, morale has increased. We lose 100,000.
I've got the
Honestly,
financial report.
a good price to pay. Alright, so there we go. We'll spend our money as we should. We'll go ahead and maintain normal pay for people. And that leaves us with 500,000 sea bills. That's fine. We'll have work in a day or so. And ooh, yeah, actually, we're about to get another boost to our morale, which will be incredibly nice. Because if I...
That
There we
work
go.
order is complete, boss.
So as we
nearly
check
broke,
that...
Commander.
Okay, I know.
Looks like we've
we're
arrived,
broke.
Commander.
Let's just continue for now. So at the moment our morale is at 30. If we can reach one more, we will then start boosting our resolve gain in combat. So yeah, that would be 25 points of resolve each round. Currently we are getting 15. That would be very nice, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Alright, financial reports in 29 days. Let's double check the store and see what's available, just in case we have something that takes our fancy. Blackjacks, Banshees, Riflemen's, ER large lasers, ER mediums. You know what? ER mediums aren't bad. We could could use those to add a bit of distance onto our Marauder for our headhunting capabilities. We've also got, what's that? Pulses, medium pulses. Okay, so it's not going to be requiring too much from us. Okay, we should be fine. So let's go ahead and check out the barracks. We do have our training modules, so people should be getting a nice little boost to their XP.
Commander.
Nothing there.
I'm receiving you.
Let's go. What do we do? Maybe a bit of tactics? Sure, that'll do. We'll give that to him.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
Cheese Goblin, you're almost at the next level.
Good to go.
Cosmo. What have we got? We got some multi-targeting. What do we care for? I don't know. We could maybe go for some more Master Tactician skill there. We do like the extra initiative. That is rather fun. We've already got breaching shot on one of ours. Two of ours. Yeah. Let's go for the tactics. That'll do for now.
MechWarrior training complete.
Just ready to rock.
Hawk is saving up his XP so as to get that extra 20% sprinting speed while piloting.
Orders.
And that is all. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out our contracts. We should have something good lined up for us. Assuming Comstar doesn't get annoyed at us and cuts our connection. Alright, so anything good? Not particularly. We do have one here for the pirates. That is good. Ooh, actually, defender base, 5 salvage. Ooh, there's some decent payout. That's 1 million. That would be very nice. Salvage isn't going to be too bad either, but I think we might end up going... We might end up going for money with that. That could be really good. That is in a tundra. Prototypes against pirates. We're not doing anything that'll hurt us there. You're against the pirates. That's not going to help us here. Oh dear. Okay, there is a lot against... Okay, Capellans, we can upset them. I'm alright with this. A destroy base. Yeah, we could make some good money here. That wouldn't be bad. And then... Who else have we got? Planetary governments. Again, Capellans, 3 skulls. Ooh, okay. We might actually be able to get some decent salvage from that thing. That would be very nice. What is that? It's assassinate? Oh yes, absolutely. We'll definitely pick up that. And then more against the Capellans. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll start with the basics. Let's go with the defend base. Yeah, 10 rounds. We can handle that fairly comfortably. We're just going to go ahead and take the money. We're not going to worry about salvage. I'm pretty sure we can get some good bonuses. So let's go ahead and accept. And then what do we want as far as our mechs are concerned? We'll definitely want to keep our catapult. Indirect fire is highly crucial. Let's see. We've got some long range there with a Marauder. This one here, I feel like it's just slightly too close range. I know we can snipe pretty well, but we're not picking up salvage, so I think we might drop our Marauder. We could test trial our Atlas. Ooh. What do we have? AC5, that's long distance. The rest is quite close quarters. Black Knight. It's all... the movement is just terrible. Okay, Centurion. Again, we need to get eyes on. We need someone maneuverable. Okay, so I think we'll keep the Phoenix Hawk. I think that's not a bad plan. We can jump around and get eyes on targets. In fact, I'm almost tempted to maybe we throw Hawk in that. Just because we do have the sensor lock. I know the Ace Pilot is a nice ability. Oh wait, we don't also... Oh yeah, we also don't get that extra maneuver for the sprinting, so that's not ideal there. Okay. Bit of a pity that we're not feeling slightly better, otherwise I'd bring myself along. Maybe this is a time for Cosmo to shine? Yeah, let's chuck Cosmo in the catapult. We'll chuck Big Man on the Phoenix Hawk. That way we've got that maneuver. We have the sensor lock. Actually... Sensor maneuver? Yeah, his piloting is too low. Yeah, so that extra movement's not going to be needed here. We'll go ahead and... so that should give us good eyes on targets and whatnot. Good maneuver. We are in Tundra too, so we'll stay nice and chilled. Could bring out our... Let's see, Black Knight. That's close range. I'm almost tempted to bring along the Atlas. I feel like this could be good. We've got some standard range there. It's not terrible. The AC5's not bad. Would certainly be difficult to take down, and we could, if we get close, or anything gets close, we could just annihilate it from existence. Extra damage reduction, do we want that, or do we want maybe multi-targeting? Maybe we give that to Cheese Goblin. Yeah, we'll always go last, but we can shoot and then move, multi-target. We're definitely not going to get tipped over with that sure footing. It's not a bad plan. Either that or do we bring out Archangel? Damage reduction. I think we'll stick with Cheese Goblin, just because if we do get some people coming in close, we can take a shot at them and then move towards our next target after the fact if we destroy them. So I think that will be fine. Hawk in the Marauder, we've got PPCs, so that'll be fine. Heat efficiency is not an issue. So long range there, some scouting, some close quarters. Yeah, let's go ahead and give this base defense a shot.
MechWarriors, prepare for combat.
Alright, let's see how this plays out. Alright, so we must go ahead and defend the pirate stockpile. Somehow the government authorities have discovered one of our storehouses. If it were just drugs or stolen goods, we'd let them seize it and write it off as a loss, but it's a weapons stockpile, and those things are hard to move from one system to another. We'd like you to protect our guns while our people load them onto transports and we evacuate them. Okay, well I can't imagine any use for those guns in this system isn't bad, but I suppose it is to be expected. Yes, well...
Command interface initiated.
Alright, it looks like we're in a pretty good spot here. Alright, faction representative of the local government. Attention pirate scum, you are in violation of Kimi regulations on the sale and possession of deadly weaponry. Military force has been authorized against your facility. Withdraw immediately or be destroyed. I suppose it doesn't leave a lot of room for negotiations. No, it does not.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, so we're actually in a really good spot here. We're right against the border here, so I don't have to worry about anyone landing directly behind us. I think what we're going to do
Skipper,
is...
how's it going?
Yeah, let's get our catapult. I think what we're going to do is we're going to run around these buildings here and try and perch up in these trees. I think that's the way that we go about this. So let's sprint over here. I'm not expecting any combat this turn, so we can just face forwards. But he'll start holding up over there, so hopefully we can see our targets nice and early. Our Atlas, I don't know, we should probably move you somewhere, but nothing too crazy. Let's just maybe stay point in the center and allow them to come to us.
Be there in a jiff.
The Marauder, let's try and work that towards the trees.
Commander?
Actually, maybe we just get the Phoenix Hawk up and running first. Yeah, you know what? Let's sprint forwards and see if we can get sensor contact. And then... yeah, we'll perch up over here and we'll just start taking shots as they get closer.
Picked up a blip.
Alright, so we do get extra pay if we can defend all the buildings from destruction. And I'm hoping we might be able to get that done here. Alright, so... let's see, a 45, 30... oh, here comes the Locust. Rough terrain is a dangerous position for such a thing. Here comes the Jenna. Alright. So that already had a move before we had our turn. I suppose that is understandable. Alright, so what I think we do here...
Confirmed.
let's bring...
Yes, Commander.
let's bring the Phoenix Hawk up over here. We're going to go ahead and zip over here. We'll go medium laser, and then some smalls over here. And that way that should keep all of them occupied on us and not anywhere else.
Location confirmed.
I think that's the way we play this. Oh look, Phoenix Hawk versus Phoenix Hawk. How wonderful. Alright. So A, B, and C. Alright, that's easy enough. I think what we'll do is we'll go... 35 is pretty bad. I think... yeah, 270s is the best way we can guarantee these numbers to do at least a little bit of damage.
Firing on multiple enemies.
Alright, so we did hit. That is a good roll of the dice. Structure is exposed on the Javelin. That is nice. And that one there has damage reduction. No surprises there. Alright, so taking a bit of damage there. That's to be expected. Good thing we're in cover, though. How much damage did that do? It's mainly... yeah, that left torso as well as that left arm. Okay. This thing's got mediums, large lasers. Okay. We'll have to see what we can do here.
Ready to rock.
Let's roll... you know what? Since no one else has a turn, let's reserve for a second.
Affirmative, Commander.
We're going to reserve once more. We're going to see what our Atlas can do. So...
Yes, Commander.
Cheese Goblin, you've got... a pretty good array of shots there. And then... could maybe pop an AC-5 at the Phoenix Hawk. Although, actually, all those numbers are pretty much the same. What else do we have? We have... oh, wait a second. We have... where is he? Hawk. Can we pick our other mechs? Okay, hang on a second. I've got to hit escape once more. Alright, we've got some theoretical options here. We've got some pretty good shots there, PPCs. We could try moving over here, firing some small lasers at the Locust, and then maybe taking out either the Javelin or that Jenna. Yeah, both of which wouldn't be too bad. We do have that multi-targeting.
Receiving you.
Let's see, the catapult, we can move all the way over here, and that would give us... yeah, we might potentially be able to take out that Locust. We do have... oh no, we don't have breaching shot anymore here, do we? No. LRM-20s, 40s, 50s, yeah, it's all much of a muchness. Okay, so... I think the plan is we're going to move our Marauder up. We'll take a shot on the Locust. We'll see if maybe we can...
You got it.
I don't know, roll a lucky shot there, because this thing has 40 points of health. If both hit the center torso, we are good. I doubt that that'll be the case. But we'll go for that. And then, who else do we target? Could put a shot on the Javelin there at 60%. We could also put a shot here on the Jenna. Look, I think for now we might actually spread out our damage. I'm normally not a huge fan of doing such things, but this would allow us to... Oh, actually, hang on a second. Maybe I forgot about the medium laser. Yeah, okay, never mind. We'll send both PPCs at the Javelin. Actually, you know what? That's going to do fairly minimal damage. I'm not super concerned about it. Yeah, we'll make the Jenna more of a high priority. They've got better targeting. And then, yeah, we'll see about hitting that thing there. Minimal amount of heat. We should be fine.
I'm on him.
Alright, so sensors are impaired. We didn't get that center torso shot, which I hoped. Structure is exposed. And then, what's that? There goes an arm. Alright.
That hit something good.
Alright, so let's see what damage was done. We almost took out that leg, which is quite unfortunate. That would have been desirable. That Javelin got shot in the arm. Yeah, alright, how did this thing do? We almost took out the leg of the Jenna. But I think that Phoenix Hawk has to be the one that goes. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a thorn in our side otherwise. So what have we got here? Can we... Oh, we're not going to be in range for our machine guns at all. I think maybe what we do is we just stand firm. Yeah, put the AC5s. AC5 and the snubs at the although we could just fire everything. The odds are bad, but we could possibly hit it. Actually, maybe we send the medium lasers at the... Yeah, let's send the medium lasers at the Locust. And I think we send the rest at the Phoenix Hawk and see if we can knock that down. Yeah, it's got less damage reduction than the Jenna. I think that'll be fine. So let's go... Let's go here and here. So what did I say? Medium lasers. Yeah, bump them up to 55%. That snub's not going to get any better. That AC5... It's not that much of a difference. 45's against the Locust. Yeah, no, well, theoretically, I think we might be able to do slight... Oh. Yeah, hang on a second. Let's just cycle back through for a second. That Locust... Yeah, it's only got 40 points. We could possibly take it out. You know what? Let's just send the SRM-6 at the Locust as well. We'll see if we can take that out this turn. Again, the odds aren't great, but if we can get rid of one from the field, that would be ideal. That Phoenix Hawk is probably going to live regardless, so...
Locking on target.
Okay, bit of a stutter as all of our weapons fire. Nicely impaired. Yeah, not much in the way of damage, unfortunately. Okay, so how did that do? We've clipped a leg, clipped an arm, the rest is fairly comfortable. Yeah, alright. Well, much of a muchness can be done. Do we move or do we stay? That is the question. I think maybe we move, pick up a bit of evasion. It's not like we're not going to close the gap on them next time. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, and then...
Good to go.
Let's move... Let's move over here. 45s. Yeah, kind of regretting not having left the breaching shot here, but it is what it is. Let's target... Let's target over there. Alright, so... One LRM-20 could possibly do it. That leg's almost gone, the torsos are almost gone. We could almost knock him out if we got both torsos and a leg. So maybe we do send a singular LRM-20, just so this guy doesn't exist anymore. And then, what do we fire the other one at? do we fire the other one at this guy, or do we aim over here and maybe try and destabilize the Phoenix Hawk? Yeah, you know what, let's try and destabilize that Phoenix Hawk. So the Locust is B. Let's give him the least amount of damage out of the two of them because, well,
Roger that.
we know how that sort of works. Alright, let's see. Come on, can we take this thing down? No. Okay, still not rolling well on those damage rolls. Alright, he's backing up. That's a choice. Using LRMs as SRMs is certainly a decision. Let's see, that Jenna... Okay, not aiming at our Phoenix Hawk. I am a little surprised, I'm not going to lie. Alright, what's the Javelin? Okay, looks like they're focusing on the Marauder. I guess that's good enough. Alright.
Confirmed.
So at this point, we could technically do a bit of damage here. Jump jets, large, mediums, machine guns. Could possibly take out a leg. Let's leave that Locust there for a second. Let's switch to
What's up, boss?
big man. We could jump behind. Put a silly amount of damage on this guy. Shoot him directly in the back and just take out all of this. So what would that leave him with? What, 75? 75 or 90 if we hit from the front. Okay, I think maybe using our jump jets is ideal. DFA could be fun, but I don't think we will. Let's move to the maximum range of our small lasers, just so we get as much evasion as possible from everywhere else. Yeah, that also means we can ignore his cover, which would be ideal. So what do we want? 4 or here? Okay, it's 4 either way. Let's just go there. We'll see what we can do. Oh, and you know what? We'll even turn our back slightly this direction. So if they do want to get behind us, they're going to have to open themselves up as well to some unfavorable shots.
Lifting off.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Alright, and you know what? Let's go ahead and boost up this precision strike as well. I think that's going to be the best way to make sure that this guy goes down. We're going for center torso. The odds are pretty good. If we can hit this a couple of times, we should be able to get the kill.
Giving him everything I've got.
There we have it.
One less target.
Backstabbing for the win. Alright, and that's a lot less damage coming our way. Alright, Hawk.
Ready to rock.
Let's see, what shots have you got? 60, 65. Alright, let's see what we can come up with. We could move over here. Could move up closer and fire those small lasers. And I think that that's probably advisable. Actually, you know what? No. We're going to do the same thing we did last turn. We're going to reserve. And once again, and that way we can see what our Atlas is capable of.
Reporting.
If we move up, what have we got? Pretty good shots on that Jenna. Not so much on the other ones at the back. Okay, so... yeah, let's go ahead and move up forwards first. Actually, do we even want to move? 85, 65, 55s, all of those. Actually, we get better odds from up here. Never mind, we're going to shoot down on that Jenna. I think that's how we're going to do this. Alright, and let's open fire on him.
Locking on target.
Alright, well there goes a leg and an arm.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Yeah, I don't know how well this guy's gonna go. Let's see, how's he doing? Center torso is actually surprisingly alright. That said though, that right torso will probably destroy and take him out as well. Knock him unconscious.
Yup.
So we might leave that
Yes,
for... can we do that with Cosmo? Yeah. Let's move up here.
Hitting out.
Again, trying to make sure that we are prepared for if a leopard pops in. And then I guess we'll fire one over here and one back there. And that'll do.
Firing on multiple enemies.
Alright, so not a huge amount of damage, but again, we weren't expecting that necessarily. We're mainly here for the, for the other weapons to start working better.
I'm rolling.
Alright, let's go multi-target. Target over there, target over here, that should be sufficient.
Multiple targets confirmed.
Alright, so... there goes another torso and an arm.
Critical hit.
I'm picking up a new sensor trace. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Alright, reinforcements, that's fine. Our Atlas took a slight scuff to the paint. Yeah. I'm not really too concerned about these. Not too concerned at all. Oh, and here they are. Okay, they were approaching from the opposite side. We knew that this was a high possibility. Yep. Okay, cool. So, what do we do here? That javelin is still barely alive. Yeah, this locust is still barely alive.
What are your orders, Skipper? Waiting for orders.
A Phoenix Hawk could probably polish off a few things. We could also go ahead and... we're not going to quite get eyes on all of these. Alright, hang on a second. Let's just reserve once more. And we'll figure out what we can do.
Holding for the right opportunity.
Alright, so where's Cosmo? Here
Let's
you are,
do
bud.
this.
Alright, so we can march you down over here. We can get eyes on 2 targets. And we can take... cover, which is probably decent. What is that? 25, 25, 25, and commandos also 25? Yeah, okay, this is fine. We can easily handle those. Yeah, we're not going to get any other options, but that's fine.
Orders?
Phoenix Hawk, maybe we just go ahead and we use you...
You have orders?
actually, the Atlas might even be able to take... what have we got from back over here? What do we see? 45% on that AC5 is actually not terrible. And we've got some nice stability damage. This has also let us cool down. Yeah.
Ready to rock.
Alright, and then we have the Marauder, which can't do too much on this turn. I think what we'll do here is we will... I think we'll make ourselves a target. Yes, we might get shot in the back, but again, at this point, it's not a huge issue here nor there. Small lasers against the Locust and the rest against the Javelin, or... actually, that Javelin's got a lot of good evasion here. Okay, those shots aren't getting any better. Alright, that's fine. Let's just move here. We'll cover ourselves from being shot in the back as much as we can. Let's just double check. Yep, small lasers. Alright, that'll do. Eventually that Javelin's gonna die when we get a center torso shot, but that's the same for the Locust, actually.
Here we go.
Alright, well, we impaired their sensors, so that's at least something, and there goes the center torso. Hip hip hooray. That Locust
Bye-bye.
is gone. Alright, so what's left? I guess that's always going to be around, because that LRM is in the right torso. Okay.
Awaiting orders.
Atlas. Let's go. What do we fire off with first? I suppose that's as good as we can get. Can we move? Oh wait, we could move up over here. That's much of a muchness, but that might get us into better firing position on the next turn. Although that does put our medium building in the crosshairs. You know, we'll move over here. That way we can't accidentally shoot the thing, and we get better
Yes,
percentages.
Commander.
Alright, Let's take a singular shot and see how this goes. We get to cool all the way down, which is very nice. Oh, actually, could we? No, you know what? We'll save our resolve, because again, over 50%, and we gain accuracy buffs for the team. Ouch. Alright. Yeah, wow, straight on target. Yeah, that extra accuracy on that AC5 is quite nice. Alright, well, let's move. Let's move you up over here. That should be fine. 60% and eyes on the other target should be good. Oh, actually. No, we probably don't want to go up too close, because again, we do have LRMs at the end of the day, hey? So yeah, 60%. It's all going to be 60%, I think. Okay, that'll be fine. Let's just move here. Oh, there we go. Evasion.
On the move.
Alright, what do we see back there? Another commando? Alright then, let's split the fire between the two, and we'll see what we can get done. Maybe we can knock that guy over. But we'll see how that all plays out. Let's see. Commando B. Let's go for... let's send the less damaging one, because this guy's got less damage reduction than this guy.
Copy that.
Alright. Not here nor there, but again, at least they're now targeted. As for big man here in the Phoenix Hawk, do we even bother with this guy? Could move up, take a couple of shots. We only need one of them to hit. That would actually be rather nice to be over and done with. Got some good percentages. Maybe we even hit those jump jets for... Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll try and figure out the optimal... Yeah, there we are. We can still get the most from our targeting. And unless, of course, if we get really close. Can we add on small lasers? No. Okay. So I think... Yeah, this is where we will go. Just include him.
Engaging jump jets.
Add a little bit of heat, but again, if we can be done with this, that would free up our Marauder. Okay, well, we took out a leg and an arm.
Solid connection on that one.
Alright, well... I guess he's easy pickings on our next turn.
Let's hit him where it hurts.
Alright, let's see about these other guys. Commandos racing forwards. It looks like they're mainly SRMs. Oh no, he has a large laser. That's, I guess we could deal with worse. At least it's all, relatively close range stuff. Some SRMs, again, we're in cover, we're fine.
Damage is light.
And then, yeah, so what's that? Yeah, SRM's 6 and a 4, 6 and a 4, 2 and a large laser. Yeah, all of which I think we're going to be able to annihilate quite comfortably.
Ready for orders.
Let's bring... what have we got there? 95s across the board. Do we need much? Not really. I was about to say, do we bother with getting... Oh, you know what? Point blank? You know what? I'll take it. It's a bit annoying because it's going to slow down
Moving to position.
us targeting anything else, but we can catch up. That'll be fine. Let's just destroy the thing.
Roger that.
Alright, there we have it. One less.
Target neutralized.
One less target, one less turn. Let's bring...
Skipper.
Hawk can actually take some shots. Ooh. What have we got? Got a shot up here with a PPC. Ooh, that's a dodgy shot, but technically it would bring them into the fight. Yeah, I think we reserve for a second. We'll allow our other mechs to go first, but we're going to have all of them tagged, so it's not a big deal. Let's see. Cheese Goblin, what have you got access to? An AC5. Alright, we can't move through those buildings. That is less than stellar. Oh, fine. We'll just go ahead and target up over here. We'll stay nice and cool for now. We'll get to the other side on the next turn.
As you wish.
Gotta be careful not to destroy all their infrastructure. Alright, let's take the 50-50. Oh no, it was a miss. Who would have thought? Alright, and then...
Yup.
what have we got? Multiple shots? 40 and 40. Again, I can't remember.
Affirmative, Commander.
Well, actually, you know what? No, I know that we've hit this one. So, it's not the be-all and end-all. It's just a matter of, yeah.
Firing.
Making sure that they are definitely going to focus on us instead of the buildings. Because we've had a bad history with, these defend bases. They've always managed to take out a singular one. Oh, and there's even a fellow back there, which I did miss. Okay, well... alright, we're going to be a little bit cheeky here. I think what we do, we're going to fire our small laser here at him, and then we'll aim at that far commando. Yeah, either that or what's that, 85. Still can do it. Again, we want to keep a bit of distance here, otherwise we're going to get targeted. Yeah, oh, we don't get eyes on that guy at the back. Look, I don't think they're going to take out any of these buildings. Let's just move up and make sure that we get
Acknowledged.
everybody. Oh, he's already targeted. Okay, so we didn't have to worry about him. Alright, well then, let's go 55s, 85s. Okay, let's just take out that defender at the back there. We'll fire the LRMs at him, the small laser over there.
Got it.
Alright, so everyone has now been targeted. They should not be aiming at the buildings for now. They should be trying to fight us properly. And then... well, I guess we'll see what they do. Alright, looks like those stray shots, yeah, they're not too concerned about those. Okay. Well, we can sort that out. Oh, and the last guy, what is he gonna do? Yeah, targeting us in cover. Okay. But that's fine. We're pretty comfortable with this situation. Let's go ahead and... oh dear, I've hit the pause button. There we go. Let's reserve. Go all the way down. Make sure that we make informed decisions. Let's bring...
yes, boss.
what have we got?
Confirmed.
Cheese Goblin. Let's roll on up and see what damage we can cause. Oh yes, okay, so you're looking pretty good health. We can fix that. Yeah. Oh, very well indeed. Alright, so let's move on... oh wait, no.
Ready to rock.
Let's move our Marauder. We'll try and, again, spread out a couple of shots just to minimize some evasion while still putting on damage.
Acknowledged, Commander.
So let's go 40s and 55s. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and fire off those shots.
I got you.
Alright, no dice there. Huh. Okay, well that's... I guess...
You've got to be shitting me. That should have hit.
yeah, I understand the frustration. Let's...
Standing by.
What have you got? Oh, you can't do anything. Okay, so we could sprint you, but I think what we're going to do is we'll use your jump jets and then maybe go for a sensor lock. Yeah, if we jumped over there... that puts this guy just in range. You know what? It could be a whole stack worse. Yeah, and we at least get to make the most of your abilities. I don't think us covering ground is going to be as important.
Sensors locked on.
Alright, so...
Reporting. Standing by. You have orders?
yeah, alright, let's go ahead and move on up. We're going to go ahead and target... we're going to target him?
I understand.
You know what? What do we got? SRMs. Can we fire at anything else? Maybe we just fire the AC-5 at one of the others just so we're splitting a little bit of the damage. Yeah. 90, 80. Okay, so you know what? We're going to go multi-target. We'll go... You're our primary target that's going to get annihilated. You can go ahead and get hit with an AC-5.
Good to go.
Alright, there we go.
That didn't hit.
Alright, well,
Yes, boss.
let's back it up and we will go with 55s? 85s. You know what? Let's target the guy right at the back. We're going to go ahead and move all the way over here. Hang on a second. Let's just double check. Where is our... Yeah, they're not going to be able to shoot us in the back from here, but we can go ahead and take a precision shot just so we can boost the numbers. Everyone else who's already closer, that's going to be fine by me. We can happily make the most of that with our Atlas. As for him, let's just kill.
Engaging target.
That'll do it.
Target neutralized.
2 lots of LRM-20s against the light is probably not a great situation. Alright, still got to be careful of these stray shots though. We got to get out of that base, otherwise I'm afraid they might accidentally take one out by accident. Even if it is their mission. Alright, so let's bring...
What's your order, Skipper?
what do we do here? Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll just take shots, I suppose. 75. Oh, actually we can just in the medium laser, that'll do.
Affirmative.
Alright, well,
That didn't hit.
let's bring...
Good to go.
let's see about that Atlas. I want to see if we can maybe run on in for a melee. I'm kind of curious.
Awaiting order.
Oh, and we're slightly out of range. Well, bother. Alright, that's fine. We'll go ahead and we'll move here. We'll go ahead and annihilate that commando. And then we'll see how... Although, actually, you know what? That's an Alpha Strike. Never mind, we're going to go ahead and take that. And... because we can. Let's see. Yeah, let's just make this not exist.
Unleashing hell.
Well, that'll do it.
Hostile removed.
Hostile removed quite
Commander.
truthfully there. That thing is not going to exist. Alright,
Moving to position.
fire up those LRMs again. Avoid his cover bonuses.
Target lock on rear arm.
And there we go.
Hope we can salvage that.
Alright, area has been cleared.
Mission successful.
Alright, so bonus 10% twice over. That takes us up to 1,181,400 C-bills. Boosting up our mercenary review, which is nice. Pirates are liking us more. The planetary government, well, they won't see us again. Alright, everybody got a couple of kills. That's always lovely. Got some salvage for a commando, large laser and ammo. Again, not a huge issue there. And some solid XP. Alright, well then, I think what we'll do is, well, we don't need to repair any of our mechs. We have a couple of more missions, but I think we'll probably end up saving them for a little bit. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we will
What's up, boss?
promote anyone we can.
Commander.
No, big man's good.
Reporting.
Cheese Goblin, here we go. We can go for that cold shot mastery as well. That'll be quite nice if we do get into a position of wanting to
Training complete.
take some more accurate
Let's
shots.
do this.
Cosmo, you can go for I think we save up for that Master Tactician.
Orders?
Hawk, you can now get that 20% max sprint, which is what we really, really wanted.
MechWarrior
So that is
training
excellent.
complete.
Yes,
And
Commander.
that is all. Alright, well, very good. We'll come back with a contract in the next one. We've got some good money sitting around, so we should be pretty happy. I think what we'll do is, we'll pick up a couple more missions, and we will... Ooh, we've even got another pirate mission. Hang on a second. 2.5, take the bait. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, well, you know what? Who knows, maybe we'll fly there next. But either way, that is for us to figure out in the future. So if you do want to see that or any more BattleTech, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.